Listen carefully, because what I'm about to tell you might completely change everything you thought you knew about attraction. You've probably been led to believe that women are primarily interested in looks, money, or status, that if you don't look like a model or if you're not rich, then you're automatically out of the game. But let me be honest with you. Most men have been misled. If the women you desire aren't falling for you, and you're confused about why, chances are you're overlooking something far more important than your bank account or your jawline. Today, I'm going to walk you through 9 powerful traits that have nothing to do with your appearance or wealth, but everything to do with how women perceive you. Once you understand these, you'll begin to notice a shift. Suddenly, you're the one they chase. You're the one they can't stop thinking about. And no, it's not about playing games. This isn't a trick. This is psychology. It's about shaping how she sees you, how she feels about you, on a deeper, almost subconscious level. But before we dive in, I'd like you to do something simple but important. At the end of this video, drop a comment. I want to know your thoughts. What stood out to you? Which trait felt most powerful? Also, hit that like button. It helps others discover this content and tells YouTube it's worth recommending again. Now, stay with me until the end, because by the time we're done, you'll have a completely different understanding of how to truly attract women. Quiet confidence, how to own the room. Without saying a word, confidence is magnetic. But not the kind of confidence you see in loud, arrogant displays. Real confidence isn't about shouting or showing off. It's not about flexing your muscles or constantly trying to prove you're the alpha male. That's not power. It's insecurity in disguise. True confidence is silent, it's steady, and it doesn't need validation. Think of a moment when you handled a tough situation with grace, maybe at work, maybe in your personal life. You didn't have to shout or make a scene. You simply acted with calm authority. That's the kind of confidence women are drawn to. Here's the truth. You can't fake real confidence, but you can fake arrogance, and people, especially women, can smell it from a mile away. Arrogance is loud, it's boastful, it's trying to appear strong by making others feel small. But authentic confidence doesn't seek approval. It comes from knowing who you are, what you bring to the table, and being completely okay with it. This kind of confidence speaks volumes without you saying a single word. And trust me, when you walk into a room like that, people take notice, even if you never speak. But confidence isn't just a feeling, it's a skill. It's built over time by doing hard things, pushing through discomfort, and surviving. Every challenge you face and overcome adds a new layer to your self-trust. Every time you step outside your comfort zone and stay grounded in the face of fear, you grow more powerful inside. Women are naturally drawn to men who radiate this kind of internal strength. Why? Because it tells them you can handle life, you can handle pressure, and most importantly, you can handle them. So, next time you're in a group, resist the urge to dominate the conversation. Let your presence speak for itself. Be the man who's comfortable in silence, the man who doesn't need to explain himself to be respected. That's real power, and it's incredibly attractive. Emotional intelligence, how to truly connect on a deeper level. Here's a truth many men struggle to accept. Emotional intelligence is one of the most attractive qualities you can possess. We're raised to believe that being a man means hiding your feelings, staying stoic, and never showing emotion. But guess what? That narrative is outdated and completely off the mark when it comes to attraction. Women don't want emotionally distant men. They want men who understand emotions, both their own and others. They want someone who can sit with feelings, not run from them. Emotional intelligence goes beyond just recognizing how you feel. It's about reading between the lines, picking up on what's not being said. Have you ever sat with someone going through something difficult, and instead of trying to fix it, you just listened? You felt their pain, even if they didn't say much. That silent connection, that moment of "I'm here with you," that's emotional intelligence. It's not about solving her problems, it's about being present, holding space, letting her know she's seen and heard. This is where most men get it wrong. When a woman opens up, many men jump straight into solution mode. But she's not asking you to fix anything. She's asking you to feel with her, to understand. And when you do that, when you show that you're emotionally in tune, she feels something rare and powerful: safety. Practice active listening. Next time a woman shares something vulnerable, don't interrupt with advice. Just say, "That sounds really hard. I can't imagine how that must feel." Simple, honest, powerful. Conversations like this deepen bonds. And when she feels emotionally understood, she starts to open her heart in ways you've never seen before. This isn't weakness, it's strength. And it's one of the strongest forms of attraction you'll ever unlock. Ambition and drive. Why having a purpose makes you magnetic. Let's be clear about something. Ambition is sexy, but not the shallow kind that's only about money or material things. I'm talking about purpose. Women are incredibly attracted to men who are chasing something meaningful. Even if you're not there yet, even if you're just getting started, your direction matters more than your current position. Have you ever set a goal and worked hard toward it? Maybe you started a new project, committed to getting in shape, or learned a new skill. That fire in your chest, that determination you felt, that's ambition. And women can sense it. They can feel when a man is driven by something bigger than himself. It tells them you're not just floating through life. You're building something. It doesn't matter if you've made it yet. What matters is that you're moving. Purpose gives you focus. It gives you passion. And that passion spills into everything else you do, including your relationships. Start small, set a personal or professional goal, read a book, launch a side hustle, master a new craft. When you live with purpose, women notice, not because of what you have, but because of who you're becoming. And that's the kind of man they'll follow. Humor and playfulness. How to turn any moment into a connection. Humor is more than a joke. It's an emotional bridge. And in a world that often feels heavy and complicated, a man who can bring lightness into a moment becomes unforgettable. When a woman laughs with you, she lets her guard down. That laughter creates a bond deeper than words. It's a shared emotion, a moment of realness. But don't confuse humor with performance. You don't need to be a comedian. What matters is playfulness, the ability to be relaxed, to enjoy the moment, and not take yourself too seriously. Remember a time when something awkward happened and you made a lighthearted comment. Maybe you laughed at yourself, turned the tension into a smile, or cracked a gentle joke. That's charm. That's the kind of humor that sticks. Women are naturally drawn to men who can lift the mood, especially during hard times. It shows resilience, it shows confidence, and it tells her, this man can handle life and still smile. So don't be afraid to be playful. Make space for laughter in your daily life. Be the reason someone feels better today, not heavier. Because when you make her laugh, you become a source of joy. And joy is magnetic. Stability and reliability. Be her anchor in an unpredictable world. In a world that constantly changes, stability is rare and irresistible. It's not just about having a stable job or a predictable routine. It's about being a man she can rely on, especially when life gets hard. Emotional stability means you don't panic under pressure. You don't let stress control your reactions. You don't disappear when things get complicated. Instead, you become the calm in the chaos. And that's what makes you different. A woman doesn't need you to be perfect. She needs to know that when storms hit, you won't crumble. She needs to feel that you'll stay when others walk away. This kind of presence builds deep trust. So ask yourself, are you consistent? Do you follow through? Do your actions match your words? That's what real strength looks like. Not in your muscles, not in your paycheck, but in your ability to be present, to be solid, to be safe. When a woman sees that you're emotionally reliable, that you're grounded even when life isn't, she'll start to lean on you, not because she's weak, but because she finally feels strong beside you. Passion and enthusiasm, how to bring your life to life. Passion isn't just something you feel, it's something you radiate. It's that inner fire, the spark that lights you up from the inside and makes everything around you come alive. And when a man is truly passionate about something, women can sense it. That energy becomes magnetic. But passion doesn't have to be tied to your career or a specific hobby. It can be anything that fills you with joy and makes you lose track of time. Maybe it's creating something, exploring the world, learning a new skill, or simply sharing ideas that excite you. Ask yourself, when was the last time you felt fully alive while doing something? That's the moment when your passion was in control. Women are drawn to this kind of aliveness. It tells them you have a hunger for life, that you're not just existing, you're living. If you don't yet know what your passion is, that's okay. The first step is to explore. Take up something new. Dive into curiosity. Try things that challenge you. And as you do, you'll uncover new interests, new skills, and a renewed sense of purpose. Living passionately doesn't just improve your life, it makes others want to be part of it. Women naturally gravitate toward men who are excited about something, because that kind of energy is rare. And when you bring it into a relationship, it's contagious. Remember, passion turns an ordinary man into someone unforgettable. Mystery and independence, how to make her want to know more. Here's a truth many men overlook. You don't have to give everything away to be desired. In fact, when you reveal too much too soon, you often kill the very curiosity that keeps someone interested. Mystery isn't about being cold or distant. It's about pacing your story. It's about letting her discover who you are, layer by layer. And every time she uncovers something new, she becomes more intrigued. Most men think being open means telling a woman everything right away. But mystery is a lost art that still holds powerful influence. When you hold back just enough, when you give her space to wonder, she will lean in. She'll want to know more. And here's the other side of this: independence. Women are drawn to men who have their own lives, their own interests, their own sense of self. A man who doesn't rely on a relationship to define his identity is far more attractive than someone who constantly seeks approval. Think about the last time you were fully focused on something. A project, a hobby, a mission. You probably weren't worried about who was texting or watching. You were just immersed. That's the kind of energy that pulls people in. You're not chasing her. You're building your world, and she wants to be a part of it. Maintain that independence. Even in a relationship, let her discover you over time. Give her reasons to be curious, not just informed. A man with layers, with mystery, with a sense of independence is the one who holds attention. Not because he demands it, but because he earns it. Kindness and compassion, how to stand out without saying a word. Kindness isn't weakness, it's quiet strength. We live in a world where kindness is often misunderstood. Many think being kind means being soft, or that people will take advantage of you. But that's not true kindness. Real kindness is having the strength to care about others while still respecting yourself. It's offering support without expecting something in return. It's showing up for someone, not because you have to, but because you choose to. Think of a time you helped someone when no one was watching. Maybe you comforted a friend going through a hard time. Maybe you made someone feel seen when they were invisible to others. Those small moments, that's what builds trust and connection. Women notice how you treat others. They see the way you speak to waiters, to strangers, to friends. And if you consistently show genuine kindness, they'll feel safe around you. But don't mistake this for being a pushover. You can be kind and still have boundaries. You can care without sacrificing your self-respect. The most attractive kind of man is one who can stand strong in his values, yet still lead with empathy. So, make kindness a part of your everyday life. Not as a tactic, but as a reflection of who you are. Because real kindness, strong, respectful, sincere kindness, is unforgettable. Presence and charisma. How to command attention without saying a word. Charisma isn't about being the loudest voice in the room. It's about the energy you carry the moment you walk in. You don't need to speak to be noticed. Your presence says it all. Women are drawn to men who move with intention. Men who walk with purpose, who maintain eye contact, who stand tall and grounded. Think about a moment when you felt truly in control. Maybe it was during a presentation, a social event, or even just walking into a new place with quiet confidence. That unshakable calm, that's charisma. It's not about having model looks, it's about how you carry yourself. It's about being present, fully and unapologetically. Charisma can be developed. It's not something you're born with. Start with your body language. Stand straight, make eye contact, slow down your movements, speak clearly and with intent. When you do, people will naturally turn toward you. Not because you're demanding attention, but because you exude control and certainty. Even your physical appearance matters, not in terms of perfection, but in how you present yourself. Dress with care, maintain good hygiene, treat yourself with respect, and the world will follow. Charisma is about commanding a room, not with volume, but with presence. And when you master it, you won't need to chase attention. It will come to you. Conclusion and action plan. How to start becoming that man. Now that you know what makes a man truly irresistible, here's the truth. Knowing isn't enough. Doing is what matters. These traits, confidence, emotional intelligence, passion, mystery, kindness, presence, they aren't just tricks to attract women. They're principles that elevate your entire life. So what's your first move? Pick one trait that resonated most with you. Then, drop a comment below and tell me what action you'll take to strengthen it. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next steps in this journey. And if you haven't liked this video yet, do it now. Not for me, but for yourself. Because when you start showing the world the best version of you, it'll start responding differently. Change doesn't begin with perfection. It begins with a single decision. So choose growth. Choose action. Step into the life and the love you truly deserve. Let the transformation begin.